I thought I knew who killed Lottie Matthews in Yellowjackets Season 3, but after the show's latest tragedy, I've changed my mind. Yellowjackets confirms a harsh reality about the adult survivors in Season 3, Episode 4, with the ending revealing the sudden death of Lottie in the present-day story. It seems the team's time in the wilderness is finally catching up to them, with each of the adult characters being picked off, one by one. And the latest chapter of the story adds another to the death toll. In a surprising turn of events, Melissa kills Van in Yellowjackets Season 3, Episode 9, dashing any hopes of the wilderness saving Lauren Ambrose's character. This death also changes my theory about who killed Lottie, as I initially believed Other Ty might be the culprit. After all, Other Ty sees Lottie before she dies and lies to the other Yellowjackets about it. However, Van's fate makes this outcome far less likely. That means someone else must be behind Lottie's death, and now I'm convinced it's either Walter or Melissa. Walter and Melissa look more likely to be Lottie's killer than Other Ty. Both Yellowjackets characters are suspicious and capable of terrible things. Shauna feels too obvious to be Lottie's killer, but I no longer believe Other Ty is behind her death, either. After the events of How the Story Ends, it looks more likely that Walter or Melissa are involved in Lottie's sudden demise. Misty's reaction after looking at Walter's phone makes him seem more suspicious, and there must be some reason Elijah Wood's character is still so involved in the adult timeline. His motives remain unclear, but it would make sense to lie about Shauna's DNA if he's truly the one responsible for killing Lottie. Of course, Melissa is also a wild card heading into the Yellowjackets Season 3 finale. Melissa seemingly kills Van in order to appease the wilderness, so it's possible she's also behind Lottie's death. She could have seen and killed her the day she died, though Hilary Swank's character does seem genuinely surprised to learn that Lottie is gone. But Melissa is clearly desperate to keep her normal life intact, and she's also haunted by the teen's actions in the 90s timeline. There's got to be more to her adult character, so I'm not ruling her out as Lottie's killer. If Other Ty was Lottie's killer, Van likely wouldn't have died in Yellowjackets Season 3 Episode 9. Killing Lottie should have appeased the wilderness. Tysa, Tawny Cypress, and Van, Lauren Ambrose, looking angry at each other in Yellowjackets Season 3 Episode 7. I no longer believe that Other Ty is Lottie's killer because taking her life should have spared Van's, at least by the show's wilderness logic. Yellowjackets has yet to reveal whether the wilderness is a genuine supernatural entity or a creation of the girl's trauma, but Season 3 leans into the former. For one, the turnaround with Van's cancer seems to be a direct result of the survivors' actions at the end of Yellowjackets Season 2. There are other signs as well, like teen Lottie not falling into the pit that Travis so carefully constructed, and with the wilderness rewarding those who give in to their darker impulses, it seems like Ty killing someone should have saved Van, or even kept her alive a little longer. Other Ty insists that this is the way to ensure Van is safe, and we have reason to doubt her. The fact that Van dies while the wilderness is seemingly acting through Melissa makes it all the more likely that someone else killed Lottie. Melissa and Walter are top suspects, even if their potential motives aren't clear just yet. Why Melissa or Walter would kill Lottie in Yellowjackets Season 3? They could be working together. Melissa, Hilary Swank, smiling with tears in her eyes in Yellowjackets Season 3 Episode 8. Image via Paramount+. While Walter and Melissa are both suspicious and dangerous enough to kill Lottie, there are questions about their potential motives. One Reddit theory posits that Walter wants a traumatic experience to bond with Misty over, especially after her comment that he'll never understand her connection to the Yellowjackets. He does seem eager to work the investigation with her, and Walter is no big fan of the other survivors. Together, these details paint a damning picture of his character. There's also the popular theory that Walter and Melissa are siblings, which could still prove true in Yellowjackets Season 3. If Walter and Melissa are working together to enact revenge on the survivors, there could be a greater conspiracy at play. Perhaps Melissa is bitter over what happened in the teen timeline, with Walter helping her get back at the other women. Years later, finally, Melissa's final words to Van suggest that she's more wrapped up in the wilderness worship than she previously let on. If that's the case, she could be making sacrifices to Yellowjackets' entity for her own reasons. Perhaps she's hoping to save her daughter or wife, or even to preserve the peaceful life she constructed for herself. It's hard to say why Melissa wants to help the wilderness without seeing more of her. Fortunately, we probably will.